just unloaded the dishwasher. Oh.
Should be in that second drawer. There's some fuzzy ones now. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Carol, I logged in as you, so I don't know if you want to switch that out or not. I see your fantastic picture there and see that you're on. I hope that's okay. Just let me know if you can hear me, Carol. Hello. Okay, perfect. Oh, your mic isn't working. Okay. Excellent. What time are we at here, folks? 5:30. We're right on time. All right. I'm going to see. I'm just not used to this whole hosting thing. I hope that everything's working out okay. We have more on here. We don't have very many people on here, which is surprising. Okay. That's okay, because we record these and then people can come back later. I know last week was a little bit confusing because hello?
You cut out there for a second.
You guys, you can hear me though?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna see who else is here. Just checking because it says, all right. There's my Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary. Rosemary's my consultant from Moncton, who I never get to see. And hi, Vanessa, and hi, Carol, and hi, Anna. I'm glad to see that you're on here. Today is going to be a cool call. It's been kind of like weird times. Hey, guys, like this is like something I've never experienced before. My dad came over the other day. I'm like, Dad, have you ever like experienced anything like this before? And he's like, no, never. And my dad is 77. So I kind of feel like we're going to look back at this and say, remember when and how we still crushed our businesses. And so that makes me really excited because I think that things like this force us without any preparation to be really creative and think outside the box and do things you normally wouldn't do. Just 1 second. Ty, can you close the office door, please? And we get to run our businesses differently because we have the pleasure of our children home all the time. We got more time because we're not running them to all their sports. So it's just been really great. But today what I wanted to talk about, I considered let's talk about something else, but I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you want to break from all this stuff. Like, let's just talk about business and have some good times here. So today what I wanted to talk about is the elephant in the room. And I don't know and I'm going to definitely want your input because I have a feeling that some of you may have different elephants than I have. But over my career in Mary Kay, there has been different times where there is something that has approached and you don't know how to approach it, like deal with it. So you just kind of like, I'm just going to walk around this all the way, right? Like we just don't want to deal. And I've been hitting things more head on in the last couple of years. Actually, I've probably since I turned 40. The 40 is like the best because you just don't really give a rip what anybody thinks about you anymore. And right, like you just don't. And so I feel like I'm just a little more out there with things. And I've done in the past year, I've actually done a lot of personal development classes and different things like that, where people were very forward with me and called me out on my stuff, like said it how it was. And I knew it was coming from a place of love, so I didn't take offense. And I actually thanked them after, because it was a little bit of a blind spot that I didn't know about. And that's what can happen when we leave the elephants in the room. The elephants in the room can make us fearful. The elephants in the room make us assume things that aren't necessarily correct. The elephants in the room are the things that make us change what we're doing based on what ifs, and maybe they are thinking blah, right? So I want to talk about those, and I want to give you guys some strategies as to how to deal with the elephants in the room. What are your elephants that maybe I can give you some words for, and just kind of go forward from there. So when I'm talking about elephants in the room, I'm talking about just the different, I have to accept people. I don't know how to do that. Oh my gosh. How do I do that, Carol? Participants? I'm such a rookie. I'm really tech savvy, clearly. Oh, look, all of these people wanting to be as cool as us. Hi, everybody. Okay, there. Now we have more friends. Woohoo! Excellent. So how do I know when more people want to play? I'm just going to keep this part open so I can see. Desiree's here with us. Yay. Okay. I'm just, yeah, it'll be in the meeting room. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna get this all figured out, guys, so okay, I think this is good. They'll just keep, yeah, talk to me if I'm not. All right, so we were talking about elephants in the room and dealing with things head on. And one of the things that I know for sure is people don't get offended as much if you're asking questions. Okay, so if there's something that you're dealing with and you don't know why people are thinking the way they're thinking or whatever it may be, sometimes it's just a matter of asking questions. So I'm going to give you an example, because right now it's all theory, and theory means nothing if you don't know what I'm talking about. So let's just say, okay, this is one that I love, and this is one that used to totally freeze me. You're at a skincare class and someone comes there and they are faithful and loyal to their skincare brand. Okay, and they tell you that, like when you're pre-profiling, they're talking about how their skin has been so much better since they've been a part of blah blah brand. And so what do you do about that? Well, before I used to be like, oh, they're gonna be judging me, and they're gonna put down Mary Kay, and they're gonna get all the people to not like Mary Kay, and it'll be like I shouldn't have even gone. And awesome. Good self-talk there, Ange. That's perfect. So now what I do is when they tell me they belong to brand A, whatever it may be, I just ask them questions about it. So in the pre-profile, I'll say, oh, cool, I'm so glad that you found a skincare line. I know for sure that anybody who uses a skincare line is going to have great, have a system, and is going to be like faithfully cleaning their face. And no matter what it is, that's always the great thing. I'm glad you found a system that works for you. Okay. So when I say that, I'm releasing her, right? So she's not going to feel like I'm going to be chasing her down, trying to get her to try Mary Kay. So I'm so glad you're using a skincare line. I love like skincare girls like us, like some of those other people who don't wash their face. I just don't get it, do they? Right? So you're trying to find common ground. So maybe your common ground isn't Mary Kay products, but your common ground is that you both use skincare, okay? Sometimes even in front of the group, because sometimes you don't know when you're at the pre-profile, if they're using another brand, and they might bring it up in the front of the whole group. That used to really, that was a big elephant for me. That was like a daddy one, like, and I wouldn't know what to do with that. And I would say, oh, excellent. So how long have you been using that brand? Excellent. Okay. What do you like most about it? And so they might say things like, oh, well, it's only got 12 ingredients and blah, blah, blah. I just made this on Saturday night. That's why I have specific examples to give you. And it doesn't have anything in it that's going to clog your pores. And it's, yeah, it's probably higher price than Mary Kay, but it's worth it because it's got like lots of natural ingredients. Okay, ladies, she just told you what she wants to hear and what everybody else wants to hear. Okay, so we're going to make sure we talk about how Mary Kay is non-comedogenic. We're going to make sure we talk about our Naturally line and how amazing it is. We're going to make sure, like, she's giving you what she wants to hear. And so you don't address it right there. Just say, oh, that's awesome. Those are great things to be looking for in your skincare line. Is it not? Right? You want to look for non-comedogenic and all those things. I don't address it there because she may feel attacked. I address it. I just drop little seeds all throughout my presentation of, you know, and I use the Kristen Sharp flip chart and I just pretend it's written right there, right? Even if it isn't, that it's part of our presentation. So it's, and making her okay with that. Another part when it comes to that specific scenario where they're already using another brand, when it comes to the individual clothes at the end too, again, I'll say, hey, so I'm so curious because, and this is true, I have been using Mary Kay since I was 17 because it works for my eczema. So tell me, like, how does ours compare? Because I'm too chicken to try anything else because I just don't want a rash. So tell me, like, I need information. Tell me how it compares. No matter what she says, it's great, right? Because she's not changing my mind. I'm not switching to another brand. But a lot of times when you respect her opinion because you're asking for it, you're not putting her down because of it, you guys, 9 times out of 10, they end up being a Mary Kay skincare customer almost every time. Okay, so it's just a matter of letting her feel respected and letting her feel heard and letting her state her opinion. And you've answered her questions about Mary Kay throughout the class. You just sprinkled that in there so she knows it's good. Especially there's certain brands that are quite a bit more strong priced than us, as in heavily priced, as in double the cost of what we have. And oftentimes when we tell it's non-comedogenic and we tell it's this, tell it's that, and they realize that, then they're like, oh, I should look at this Mary Kay thing. So that specific thing just happened to me on Saturday night with the class. And when at the end of it, and Christine, do you want to just mute out? She was like, you know, I think when I'm done with this brand, I think I'm going to give you a call and try Mary Kay skincare. And I'm like, oh, perfect. Yeah, sure, if you want to. And just know there's a guarantee. So if you decide that it actually isn't what you thought, we can always return that for you. And there's no time limit. Like, you can do that forever, right? Because what other skincare line is there no time limit on the return? Again, another little Mary Kay little seed throw in there. So almost always that you can switch them over. So that's one of the big elephants that I have dealt with in the room. Another thing that I find used to be a big elephant for me is when I was doing booking calls that were cold calls. Do you guys get those like scammer calls where it's like CRA and they want your social insurance number because you've screwed up on their taxes and the police should be showing up any minute? Like, right? So when people see numbers come up that they don't know, they think that we're those people, right? And I know what I do when those people tell me they're going to put me in jail. I hang up on them, and I don't really want people to do that to me. So something that I've done more recently to help prevent that kind of thing is when I get new leads for whatever reason, within 24 to 48 hours, like up to 48 hours since I've met them, I send them a text with a picture of me. And I need to thank the beautiful Raven Hoke for this, because she sent me this picture of her saying, hi, it's Raven, your Mary Kay lady. And she had this cute little background and a little bubble that's saying, hi, it's Raven. So I got my assistant to make me one, and I use it all the time. And so as soon as I do a trade show or anything like that, right away, I text all the people and say, hi, it's Angie, your Mary Kay lady. And I usually take out people who already have a consultant. I take those out because there's so many people in the world who need Mary Kay. And if you've already got a consultant, I just want your consultant to take care of you. I'm not touching that, but other people have different theories, but that's just me, because there's way too much business out here for me to be worrying about someone else's customer. So I take all those people out. Hi, this is Angie, your or your Mary Kay lady. You entered a draw. We had so many entries that I couldn't possibly just give out one prize. I've decided to do a few other draws, and you were one of the winner. I promise to contact you within the next, whatever days, as and whatever's going on, right? With right now, my thing will be, with all this going on and we're just getting readjusted without school here, just know that I promise to give you a call in the next few days. You've made that initial contact so that they see your face, because you got a cute little picture of yourself, so they remember where you got them from. You've told them that they were, getting some sort of prize or whatever it might be that you're offering. So of course they're excited for that. And then when you contact them again, it's not a cold call anymore because you've already contacted them. So that right away takes away that elephant on the phone. And when you phone and say, hi, this is Angie with Mary Kay. How are you doing today? They're like, fine. They're not getting that. So that's another thing. As soon as you get new contacts, contact them just to let them know you've got them and that you promise to contact them within blah time, and contact them within that time. Okay. Just so it's just, you got to be a woman of your word right from the start. Okay. Then when you do your booking call, you do that. So what I've been doing too is I will actually call them. So I've texted them the first time, then I actually call. If they don't pick up, I text them right away and just say, hey, I just tried to give you a call. It's Angie. I said I would call you, but I know, life might be crazy. Is now a good time to chat? And then they'll text you back and say, no, I'm in a meeting, or no, not right now. And okay, when's a good time for me to get back to you? Just sort of getting that back. And again, respecting them, respecting what's going on. We have no idea what's going on in other people's lives, but it's not wrong to contact them. Especially when there was times in my life where, big things were going on, right? Illnesses or just, a new structured life due to, family circumstances and all that sort of stuff. When you're living that, you sort of start to assume that everybody's got some chaos happening, and that's not true. So we have to make sure that we're still contacting people and not assuming, well, she's, maybe she's got something going on and I shouldn't contact her right now. No. Call her, text her. If she texts you back and lets you know what's going on, at least it's back and forth. You're asking when a good time to call is. Again, it's so when you guys actually talk, she's ready to talk and she knows what you're going to talk about. There's one thing too that I always had this preconceived notion about, was that if I didn't call them and get the booking right away, it wasn't going to happen. No, again, that's not true. It's life, guys. Like, we know that it takes some time to get these things. So every contact you have with her bonds her a little bit more to you. Now, are you going to book every single person you call? No, that's not reality. Are you going to book some right away? Possibly. Are you going to book some on the second, on the third, on the fourth? Possibly. Every situation is going to be different. But just doing what you say you're going to do. Okay. After I've contacted someone a few times, the elephant walked back in the room again. Because it's like this whole, like, am I stalking her now? Is she going to feel stalked? Is she going to see me and think, oh, it's a Mary Kay lady, and be worried about that? And so that's, again, where I've changed things a little bit. Vanessa's having a little conniption over there. I'm so glad I can see you, because you just make me feel like I'm funny. So when you feel like you're bothering someone, or you don't know if it's too long to keep contacting them, I send them a very straightforward text. I just did this the other day again. I had reached out to these girls right after Valentine's Day. No contact back, text them, no contact back, do the call, the text, no answer back. So my text was, I'll just pretend it's you, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, it's Angie with Mary Kay. I know you're probably super busy right now. I haven't heard back from you about that prize that I had told you that you had gotten. So I'm just going to assume, unless you call me back, that you're wanting to waive that and for me to pick someone else. And I'm totally okay with that. I never want you to think I'm a Mary Kay stalker. Ha ha. I actually say that all the time. I don't want you to think I'm a stalker. Because have you ever been told from any of your customers that, yeah, there was this Mary Kay lady once and she was kind of like a stalker, right? Like, you hear that, and it's not people trying to be bad people. It's people who don't have enough names to work with. And so they're calling that same 4 people morning, noon, and night. Or it's someone who's trying so hard to do her best job but she doesn't really know what that's coming across as, right? So that's, you know, something that I actually say is, I know you haven't called me back, and I'm just going to assume you want me to pass this on to someone else, guys, like in 30 seconds. It's like, no, 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 no. I still want to do this. I've been really busy. So can we set something up? Absolutely. Is now a good time to call? Yes. Well, we had her on the books. She came over 2 days later with 2 of her girlfriends, and it was an awesome appointment. So just giving them that out, right? It's kind of like, you got to release them sometimes. You just got to let them know, because if you don't and you keep chasing them, it's like when you're dancing, right? Anna knows all about this dancing thing. She's a ballroom dancer, but you know, you take 2 steps forward. Or I guess the guy's supposed to lead. That's not how it works when I dance, but so I'm just gonna say I'm the leader. But you know, you take 2 steps forward and they're supposed to take 2 steps back. If not, you're doing this, right? And then both are falling back. So if you see that someone's not is not playing ball with you anymore, is not dancing with you anymore, then you step back and see if they come forward. And if they don't, that's okay. There are so many people that need Mary Kay. You don't have to chase these little ones. Okay. Another thing is that I've been calling things out on is just different products, right? So asking silly questions, and I have to thank Kristen Sharp for this, because she came and did our advance and she did a fantastic job, and she showed us how to do a skincare class, and it was awesome. And there's certain things that like we just want to get out of the way. Okay, like who here washes their face morning and night? You know, and most people don't, and you just make it okay. Who here never wash it? Okay, you get a ticket because you're really gross. Like I'll say that to people, and like not like, and we all laugh, and they're not feeling charged. They're just seeing that that's what's normal, right? So just calling stuff out like that with product. When it comes to doing the referrals was another one. Hey, who here finds it hard to like ask for referrals? Oh my, like I would like, I don't even know if I should tell you this, but I'm always honest, so I'm just gonna. I probably haven't asked for referrals for 10 years. I did. I was scared. I'm a Cadillac driving sales director and never asked for referrals. You can do this too. Now the reason is because I didn't want them to think that like I was gonna like stalk their friends. So after that lasts a little while, I'm thinking, okay, I'm paying a lot to get new leads, right? How much are trade shows? $1 million, like $1 million. And how much are bridal shows? Like 2 million. And how much are like welcome wagon names? 4 million. So like, I don't make millions and millions every year because I'm not Barbara Sundin yet. So I was like, okay, if I'm looking at being an efficient businesswoman here, I need to cut some costs. And where can I cut some costs? Well, quit paying for every single name you get some referrals. So I also had a big transformation in my thinking when the Skin Site, when I started using the Skin Site app, because it was out for quite a while before I used it, because Linda actually asked me, how do your customers like the Skin Site app? And I hadn't used it yet. Oops, sorry, Linda. So once I started using it myself, and I saw this transformation in my skin. Okay, like I've been using the product since I was 17, and I'm like 27 already, so like 10 years. And I saw such a transformation. Don't laugh. I look 27. I saw such a transformation in my skin, and comparing the pictures, I saw what a change it was making. And so I have this confidence that's different in me now regarding our product. I always believed in it because it's always worked for me. It's always put my eczema at bay. It's always been great. But when I had that actual picture proof of someone who's been using the product that long, the transformation that can happen when you do what the app says, and all of that sort of thing. And the older I get, the more confidence I have in that, because I have friends who've never used skincare. I love running into my high school friends because it's, you know, it shows up. Anything you do consistently shows up, right? So the longer I'm here, the older I get, the more I totally believe in our product. And so now I don't feel bad asking for referrals because I use a different script. So when it gets to the script about that in the flip chart, because I love my flip chart, I just say, okay, we do compliment time, and they're complimenting each other. And I'm like, do you want to know how you can compliment me? And if they say yes, I give them a ticket. The best thing you can do for me is just to refer your family and friends. I want you to think right now about who you know who's been complaining that, you know, they don't like the way their skin looks, or they're getting age spots or wrinkles that they never knew they had, or maybe you've noticed they've been getting some wrinkles, or maybe you've noticed that they really need a makeover and you don't know how to tell them. Let me be the one to take that. Or maybe, you know, someone in your life has just lost a bunch of weight and you think this would be a really great treat for her. Or maybe like right now we can be like, okay, and who do you know that's kids are driving them crazy because they don't get a break anymore, right? Like all those things. We'll write their name and number down, and I will offer them a free pampering appointment just like we had here. I'm not going to stalk them because I'm not that kind of girl. And I'm actually going to give them a little gift on your behalf. So if you can think of anybody, you know, write them down. And in Kristen Sharp's thing, she says to leave, like, play music and let them do it. Okay, this girl doesn't do that. Because I just like, usually by that time, like, oh, we gotta hurry, I want to be out of here. Or, you know, like you feel like it's too awkward. So what I do is I just say, okay, so you can fill out those, you know, when I'm doing the individual clothes with all your friends and giving them their treat bags. So, and then let's go on to, and so we go on to the next thing. Well, guys, guess what happens? When you ask for referrals, you get them. So last month, I don't know, I got like 35 or something, 36 referrals, which is awesome. Because, okay, how long has it been since I've asked for them? Like 10 years. So that was really good, right? And then I got this month so far, I think I'm up to 65 referrals. So I figure that a consultant who's actively working this business, like working it, like they want this to be their thing, needs about 100 new leads a month. So if I can get 100 new referrals a month, I don't have to go and do trade shows and bridal shows and all that. I mean, you still can, right? But you don't have to necessarily because you're getting them there. You just saved yourself a ton of money. I also will offer some of the groups, okay, it depends on who it is. Some of the groups, I'll just say, anybody who gives me 5, I'll give you like a free eyeshadow. Because what is that might cost? $4.50. That's like less than $1 a name, and I don't have to do a trade show, right? If I see it's a competitive group, I will give the winner something big. Now, in my days where I used to do referrals, like a long time ago, one girl gave me 120 because she wanted to win the eye makeup remover. So if you, and you can usually tell in your class if you got one of those where, you know, they're just like competitive and they're like, especially if you're like trying to see who has the grossest lips when you do satin lips and stuff, and they're like, you can just tell there's that like competitive edge with them. Go for it. Offer, you know, everybody will get this, but whoever gives me the most is going to get this. And usually there'll be 2 people that were like, oh, I'm getting that. And then I just kind of feed the lion. I'll be like, oh, look at it. Anna's already at 20. What are you at, Vanessa? 19. It's a close race, right? And just keep doing stuff like that and get them so that they're feeding into that, right? So the referral elephant is something that I've gotten over too. The next elephant that has been a little bit of a thing for me over the years is how to ask for a career coffee. You know, because Mary Kay is such an awesome place to be, right? We have awesome skincare. We have awesome product. We have awesome, like the company treats us so amazing. We've got good friends here. Like there's so many awesome things that sometimes we feel like when we benefit from it, that we're being selfish, right? Like, because it's like, oh, I'll get a new team member and then I'm going to make more commission and they might do a start order and then I might, you know, then I might get more star points and then all this stuff and all this good thing happens to you when new people come in, and we sometimes forget, oh yeah, they need good things too, right? And so sometimes we hold back with the offering the business information because we don't think about them. Okay, so when you're meeting people, sometimes it's just obvious what they need from this. Some people are literally looking for good, strong, positive women to hang out with that are going in a good direction. Because, you know, you can get into those funky groups where they don't have that. they don't have that sisterhood, right? So some people are looking for that. Some people are looking for, you know, money. Some people are looking for diamond rings. Some people need the recognition. Some need the personal growth. And usually, you know, you can kind of tell where people are coming from. So one of the things that I do to offer people the business information is if it's going well, and I'm like, I'll offer, you know, would you like to, you know, have, you know, go for coffee with me and, you know, learn some fun facts and things about Mary Kay. Sometimes I say that at the individual close, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I let them go home and try their product. And then the next morning, I'm like, you know, I can't quit thinking about you. What have you been thinking about since we met? Have you been having pink Cadillac dreams? Because, you know, there's just something about you. There's just something about you, Desiree, that I really like. And I would just really like to share a little bit more about how Mary Kay is set up, just so you kind of know. I don't know if this is something for you or not, but I'll buy you coffee and I'll give you a free eyeshadow. Do you want to meet? And now we'll be saying, can we do a Zoom call, or can we do a FaceTime, or can we just do something over the phone? Because you probably want a free eyeshadow, hey? Right? And then, I mean, especially if it's face-to-face and you're nodding right, they just automatically, they just do it with you. So just doing that. But one thing you want to make sure is that it's a genuine compliment you're giving to them. If you think that she would be fantastic because she's just one of those people who has that heart, you know, you're just those people that are just awesome. I say that, you know, there's just something about you. I like spending time with people like you because I don't know, there's something about you that makes me want to hang out with you. And so I don't offer it to everybody because I just get to pick who I work with here. And you're the kind of woman I pick. I had a really awesome class last week. And one of the girls that I career coffeed the next day, we sat down and we probably talked. Hello, sorry, the school was calling me. We probably talked for a good half hour before we talked about anything Mary Kay. And when we were talking, I just loved this woman's values. Like she believes in empowering women. She's on her own journey of, you know, better health and all this stuff. And I just looked at her, I'm like, Courtney, you are amazing. Like, you're the type of woman that I want to spend more time with. And she's like, oh, I think the same of you. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll be your consultant forever. But if you ever would consider like wanting to join Mary Kay, I would love to have you in our unit because I want people like you in our unit. I get to pick who I work with. And I want women who are like-minded. And I like you because you believe in empowering women. You're dedicated and determined. You don't let things get you down. Like I went through all of those things and she was just staring at me in tears because how often are women told that in the real world, right? And that's the thing, ladies. We're building this. We're not just collecting ducks here. We're collecting women who we're going to run into the future with. Are they all going to run with us? No. Are some going to run and stop for a drink and a banana on the side of the road and then catch up later? Yes. Are there going to be some who are on the short race with us? Yes. Are there some who are going to ride off into the sunset with us? Yes. And some who will just turn around the other way, and that's okay. But I know that whoever I'm running with, I want them to be women who I can say that I'm proud of to have on my team. For whatever reason. So when you speak into people about who they are, and when you speak into people believing who they can be their best, and you see their best in them, you know, that's who we want. So with the whole elephant in the room thing, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to say what you think and what you see. Don't be afraid to ask for opinions, and just be so confident in our product and our company that you don't ever feel like you have to justify it. So if there is a time when you're just not quite sure and you're questioning, that's when you call your director and you just say, you know, I'm holding back and I think this is why, and just have a little chat with her, right? And it's not that she might have all the answers, but she's just been here longer. So she's probably encountered this before and she can give you some advice. But I just know that if you've taken the time to be on this call tonight, and if you've taken the time to build into your business and be, you know, that difference maker in this world, that you can do anything you want here. You ladies are the next leaders. You're the next directors coming up. And I'm so excited to watch on seminar stage when we're going to have all these new directors that are building here. You just have to be you, and you just have to love the product, love the company, love the people in front of you, and just go and make a difference. Just do what you can right now, guys. I know it's different, and I know it's weird, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people right now telling you that they can't buy, or they can't do this, or they can't do that, and that's okay. Whatever they say is okay. There's more people out there, but you gotta remember too, there's a lot of people looking for something to do. They have time now. So even if you're sending them sample packs and doing stuff over Zoom or whatever you're gonna do with it, they have time now. And they might not buy from you right now, but they'll remember that. They'll remember how you reached out, right? They'll remember that you offered something for free with no expectation of anything in return. And when things turn around, which they will come back to you because you've made them feel important and you've made them feel special. So we never judge the day on the dollar because we can't. But over the lifetime of your career, especially when you're watching all these Emeriti, like, yeah, that just really motivates me because they're probably seeing now a lot of the seeds they planted. And I don't think we ever realize how many people we impact. So I'm so proud to be a part of this company. I'm so proud to be a part of this group that's put this together, that's meeting with people. I'm just proud all around to be part of this. Hey, someone's got to win something. Almost forgot. Okay, so I'm going to write the names down, and if I don't say you, then you just make sure I got it. So I got Anna. I got Desiree. I got Vanessa. I got
Marilyn.
And Crystal and Kim and Rosemary and Katie and Christine and Lisa. Did I forget anybody? Which of my beautiful children is right there? Taya. A number between 1 and 10. 7. Rosemary, you're the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome. All right. Thank you all for being on this call. Next week we will be going every week. Like we've got a new curriculum planned for you guys. So yeah, would love to see you here and just go out and do great things, ladies. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Bye.